quick Q&A, couple of questions, and then some answers, and then some comments. Is the economy where it is right now Trump's fault? If so, is that proof that the president can affect the economy rather quickly, and the current president should have to deal with the economy being the buck stops with you at any given point of the presidency? Two, we did see both like the largest drop and also like whether you go by percentage or actual points, the third largest or the largest spike in the stock market. We saw those both within like the same week, right? So things can be affected rather rapidly if a president chose to act as a president. Both with the tariffs, with the border, with the opening up of oil pipelines, you can affect things very rapidly in a negative or a positive way. So, I want Trump to both get the credit and the credit for the good and the bad. But I want it to be Trump. I don't want to hear in a year from now, well, Biden was doing Nope. It's all Trump's fault that, he put up these tariffs on and they did it the way that he did it, and he's tanked the stock market, and he made this happen and that happen and this happened and that happened. It's all Trump. So that way, when I tell you that once they pass the big, beautiful bill, I don't care how he defines it or how he articulates or what adjective he chooses to add on to it. Once they pass this bill, he will have done the three things that I told you all those months ago that had to be done simultaneously in order for it to work. And that, yes, tariffs would by themselves, one, not save anything, not fix the problem, and would also probably by themselves just exacerbate the problem. But if they pass this big, beautiful bill, they will have done the second thing that you have to do simultaneously with the tariffs in order to benefit the American people and the economy of the American people. He will have implemented and codified the corporate tax rates, lowering the corporate tax rates, which I told you was one of the three things that you had to do. So, he will have done tariffs, which I said needed done, and was honestly a little bit concerned whether he even would. And two, if he did, if the Democrats yelling, it's unconstitutional, this needs to be done by Congress, if this is if the public sentiment would have changed fast enough for him to say, well, hold up, Now, he may have backed off, but I don't believe it's because of the fact that it was being called unconstitutional, It was more because, world leaders all over the world were like, hey, man, we get it. We'll work with you, dude. We get it. We get it. We get it. We fucking get it. Will you please, like, put, like, Ken on the phone? Man, please. Please. Because we get it, man. You scared us. Now, put your guy who's smart about all this shit on the phone so we can make an agreement in a very rapid way rather than taking months, if not years, to get these agreements done. No, this dude will fucking start knocking out deals immediately. Pretty fucking awesome guy. I don't necessarily like the fact that he worked with George Soros when, you know, he and George Soros worked together to bankrupt certain countries in Europe. But he merely made the smart economic decision and bet on the short of these stupid economic policies that these European nations were betting on, and was telling them, in his defense, he was telling them while he was betting against them, he's like, look, you guys are making bad policies. These will end up hurting people. And he bet that they would hurt people. And he made out like a fucking bandit doing so. But that's who's our Treasury Secretary now. So I'm like, it's a whole fucking cabinet of, like, people that I'm like, they're really bad people, but really good at what they do. So, all that to say, he was able to get the tariffs done, in and out, in a matter of a month or two. If he passes this bill, he will have codified his lowering of the corporate tax rate. And then all he has to do after that is deregulate, which he can do via executive order in a litany of ways. And which he showed like day one when he closed down the border and opened up the pipelines. Now, we won't see the benefits of, well, I mean, the border was that was pretty, we're seeing the benefits of that like immediately. Like a 99.9 something fucking production, and again, you can be on the side of MS-13 gang members, but America wins in that regard. Like, woohoo! Sorry, bud. You'll have to take a loss on this one. But, you know, we're not going to see the benefits of either the tariffs. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we won't see the benefits of the tariffs. What's the best way to do it? We won't even see the effect of the tariffs for like another few weeks. And they probably won't be good. Just like everybody who is able to think about more than one variable would say so. But they are a necessary variable in that it brings, it's like the common thing that like everybody in the entire world understands. It's like a common language thing. So what you do is you yell really fucking loud in that very common universal language so that you bring the whole world to the table, so that way they understand that you're fucking serious. Because you're not speaking gibberish to this person and then gibberish to that person and gibberish to this person and gibberish to that person, a specific agreement with this person, a specific agreement with that person. No, he spoke in a language that spoke to everybody and got everybody's attention. Yeah, that's a real shakeup of the status quo, which I've said many times to you, that the speculators and the investors, the hedge funds, the BlackRocks, the Blackstones, the people who don't make anything but invest your and my money so that way you and I potentially benefit. And they also benefit very, very, very much so. They don't like destabilization. They like a status quo, they like predictability, they like So yeah, of course the stock market was gonna go. Ugh. But that was to be expected. Look, if all we end up with is so far, and this is all like, we have this stuff now. A 10% across the board tariff on the entire world. A southern border that is 99.9% from where shut down from where it was just prior to January 20th of this year. $7 trillion in future investment, which is not obviously going to manifest probably within, like, I would say for all of that to happen, I want to say it would take like his entire presidency for all of the buildings that they are talking about building, and they're going to be the biggest and beautifulest and most blah, 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 blah. I would imagine in order to build something like that, it's got to take fucking time. But maybe with the deregulation, wink wink, he'll be able to get those things sped up. There's a word. But so, and with the corporate tax being lowered, I fully expect for Trump to lay into these corporate CEOs and say, so, look, I hit you with the fucking tariff, but you did it to your goddamn self when you outsourced manufacturing to a fucking cheap-ass fucking country not named America, you fucking bastard. I don't care what the politicians before me said. You should have still said, no, I don't care about, especially if this is what was going to take place. You know, if it was going to be like, you know what, I'm going to outsource all this stuff and I'm going to I'm going to increase my X times the common worker of the place in America, not in China, by 30 instead of 10. And I will take the rest of the profit that I make from outsourcing all of the manufacturing and cut the cost of the product to the American public. No, what you did is you more than 1,000 times X'd your fucking profit over the everyday American worker, and you cut the cost by like 50%. So he better lay into these fucking CEOs and say, look, you're not going to pass the fucking buck on when I also gave you free money on the back end. I hit you hard on the front end. Bam, tariff. You got to bring it in. But when it comes to doing your fucking taxes, you're not stupid. You'll find the loopholes. You have accountants. Save you all kinds of fucking money. So don't pass the fucking buck on to the American fucking public. Or you might turn Donald Trump into a leftist who's like, fuck the corporate CEOs. And then those corporate CEOs are going to wish they had just listened to him the first time. And it'll benefit Americans. That's all. If he passes if they pass the bill in the House and the Senate, and they codify these tax cuts, he will have done 2 of the 3 things. And the third thing, like I said, he will have done all 3 things Not necessarily as far as the economy with the opening up the pipelines is going to hugely help the economy. But as far as like deregulating how much time it takes to build this or build that or open this up or open that up, I don't think he's gone through all the particulars yet, especially when he's got to figure out how he's going to subsidize certain industries based on the tariffs, how they eventually lay out after he's got these economic agreements via these other nations. That's when I think we'll see the deregulation aspect of the three things that I think need to be done to help the American people and the American economy. But I also think everybody who says, oh no, it wasn't Trump, it was Biden who did this, or no, it wasn't, should just be honest and say no. Everything that happens over the next 4 fucking years, just blame it on fucking Trump. Good or bad, but damn it, I'm not gonna let you fucking people sit there and say, well, Joe Biden was doing da-da-da-da-da-da. Because the one fucking thing that I thought he did do good, Trump done ripped the fuck up. So, fuck off. Stop being bad faith, people. And, just blame Trump. Blame Trump when gas is at $2.50 steadily or lower. Damn it, bastard, you better fucking make it lower. And your milk, eggs, and bread cost way fucking less. And the interest rates on the houses go down. And the devaluing of everything happens because everything is fucking overvalued and nobody wants to be honest about any of it because it just, well, you know, who wants to sit there and see the stock market and their 401ks take a hit? But it's necessary and it's going to happen. Fortunately, you have someone in office who's like, yes, but there's things you can do to make that happening less painful to the American fucking people. While also, eventually, if we can keep this ball rolling, getting to not a we're gonna pay off the debt, but we can work towards a more balanced budget. Where the money that you are spending is actually creating more dollars rather than maybe it will in 10 years, maybe, no. I want to see that dollar make me $10 and I want to see it in fucking 6 months. No more of this red tape bullshit to keep projects that, fuck it, I don't care if it is a Democrat that comes up with the shit. Get the shit built. Help the fucking people out. Give the people fucking jobs. Make fucking shit. Not, oh, well, you gotta sign this and then file that and then file that with this guy and then this guy's gotta call this guy and this guy's gotta file that with this guy and that guy's gotta file this shit with this guy and then we gotta wait a mandatory 6 months after that because it takes 6 months for that to go through whether you actually did it or not and it's already done or not. Doesn't matter. There's a 6 month minimum for that. Nope. Chop. Underlay. And if you don't fucking build it, I'll get some fucking Mexicans who will. And I'll start replacing you fucking white people. Yeah, that's right. They won't be MS-13 gang members, but there's some Mexicans that I've met in my life that, you know what? If I could trade a stupid white liberal for fucking him, yep, I'd do it every day, all day. And the country would be better off. Because he would also go, MS-13, bad. No, Dylan, no. No. Domingo would say, no. I just know you live rent-free in my head way more than you should. Later, bud.